Janie Pendleton. We want to welcome you back to our little homestead, and today we're talking about patterns for making your own clothes, maybe doll clothes. Maybe there's something that you've had your eye on in a magazine and you can't find it anywhere, so you decide, hey, I'm going to make it. Well, I've been sewing long enough that I don't need patterns for clothes, so usually I can just take an old pattern and make my clothes or something along that line, or I make my own patterns. So right now what I've got here is I've got two patterns that my son-in-law picked out. We were at Hobby Lobby and he said, this dress is so cute, I want one for Katie. And I said, well, that dress is probably probably a 2T, two toddler. And I said, so why don't we see if they've got it in an 18-month or 12-month, and I can adjust it. And quite frankly, I don't really need a pattern for it, but for this video purpose, I decided that yes, I would get a pattern for it. And then these patterns are very versatile. You can even see on the pattern all the different dresses and the pantaloon styles, where here they did not gather the pantaloon, here they did gather the pantaloons. So here they've got like they've got puff sleeves, short sleeves on this dress, or no sleeves at all. Here they've got like little pointed sleeves that look like little duck beaks on the pattern here, with little ducks or little chicks here. Really cute. And we did find a pattern that was in her size, so that worked out great. And it just had the hat. It had a lot of varieties and pastel colors, and he liked that. And I said, but they got the dress, but they don't have the fabric to it. And it was and I thought, well, we can use a really soft flannel cotton for this, or something along that line, a really soft cotton and knit. And he said, all right. So we went fabric shopping next, and the fabrics he was picking out were just cotton fabrics. They were not knit, they were not a stretchable fabric. So we ended up going a little different route, and they had patterns for dresses on here that were fit more for like this gingham style cotton fabric that he had chose, and like this Winnie the Pooh fabric here that he had chose. And then I got some of this really awesome white fabric. See, it had like the little baubles on it. I just really like this. It's soft, it's more flexible and pliable than these other sheens of cotton. I mean, they are, but this was just a little bit more flowing, and I thought this would gather up really nicely. We could make this dress here sleeveless. We could use this pink and white gingham and use this for the upper collar, so it'd look a little bit more like that pink and white one there. So got a couple of different patterns. I couldn't believe the price of patterns and what they had gone up to, because I don't buy patterns. I make my own out of grocery bags, the old paper grocery sacks. I hadn't bought a doll clothes pattern, a teddy bear pattern. I hadn't done anything like that in years. So I saw these and I just said, all right, multiple dresses, multiple uses. I've got 14 grandchildren and half of them are girls. So let's go for it. Let's do this. So so I just picked up some extra zippers, and instead of doing the 9-inch zippers, by the way, I went with the 7-inch zippers, and I will explain that to you when we're actually making the dress. I just didn't feel a 9-inch zipper was necessary to get a dress up over the head. And this one dress here just called for, this one called for the zipper, and this right here just called for 1/4-inch elastic. So I got several packages of the 1/4-inch elastic. So both dresses, I do believe both dresses called for bias tape. And so if you want to know what bias tape is, it's just a solid color fabric that's been folded over a couple of times and ironed. And you can bind quilts with this. I mean, there's a lot you can do with bias tape, a lot of projects you can do. And we'll get into that later. But these are all considered, all of these items here, even the little, isn't that cute? Isn't that going to be cute on her dress? Look at that. Isn't that adorable? And they had it in the, here, they had it in a flower as well that matched the gingham print. So, and that's even really pretty. Let's put it against the white so you can see it a little bit better. Can you see that a little bit better? People ask me where to start. If I want to start sewing, where do I start? I always say make a pot holder, make a pillowcase. That's why I'm in the bedroom. Make a pillowcase. Do something simple first, so you learn the basic stitches and how to use your machine. You don't want to dive right into using a brand new sewing machine without learning how to oil it, thread it, take care of it, know what presser foot does what, get the feel for it. Just cut off some scrap fabric or get yourself some scrap fabric from a garage sale, wherever, and start messing around with those stitches. Start figuring out how to smock fabric and how to gather it up with stitches and different things that you can do. Learn your machine, learn your stitches, and just have fun with it. So on this project, I had my, about 40-year-old this year, I think, Singer sewing machine. It broke down on me. It quit grabbing up the bottom bobbin, and it was skipping loops. It wouldn't do the zigzag stitch. It would go straight and then give me a zigzag stitch and then go straight. So I went to go take it in to get it fixed, and the place was closed. And I thought, oh my gosh, this guy's sold me my machine, and he's been fixing my machine for 40 years. What am I going to do? So I looked around here in Westfield, Indiana, and I said, in the Carmel area, and I found a few places that do work on vacuum cleaners and sewing machines. I want to know what's really updated on these sewing machines in the last 40 years. So I went out, and I didn't buy me a cheap $50 one, but I also didn't buy the Singer or the Brother $200 to $300, $400, $500 ones either. I just thought I just need the basic stitches to make the basic clothes and buttonholes and things like that. And I'm used to having a buttonhole stitch and not having to put on a buttonhole plate. So I thought, fine. I know how to use the plate. I learned that in high school or middle school years, I think. So it's fine if the machine does it that way. So I bought me an inexpensive Singer sewing machine for $99 from Walmart. Haven't used it yet, so this is going to be fun. I mean, I'm used to pressing a button over here to get it to go reverse. This is going to be, I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work out for me, but I got a new sewing machine, and it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks, especially me, because I have OCD really bad. So we're going to deal with it, and I'm going to learn to use it. So it's kind of, I feel almost like a beginner seamstress, a beginner sewer, because I got to start over learning this machine again. But I stuck with Singer because I knew it had the same drop-in bobbin style, and I really like that style, and I'm used to it. Alright, so we go from there. We've got our new machine, and we're going to discuss what steps we would take next. Back to this, and you've picked out some patterns that you've liked in the catalog at the store, and you've decided to make a small project. Well, here, this dress is going to be really easy to make. Your first attempt at making clothes or a hat, children's clothes, or a simple adult woman's shirt, shorts, a pair of shorts for women with a drawstring tie that has gathers. All of these things that would use your basic notions like a zipper, elastic, bias tape. These are all things, even to sew on simple little notions like these little patchwork things. All of these things teach you stitches between hand stitching and machine stitching. You can machine stitch this on, or you can hand sew these things on. I tell everybody, practice your hand stitching, hand sew these on. When we come back, I'm going to teach you how to make a basic little girl's dress. A very basic dress. And then we talked about how to pick out fabrics. We talked about that. And we talked about notions. Okay, we talked about notions. So when we come back, we're going to talk about how to purchase those notions, how to read the back of your pattern when you get it, so that you can bring these items, so you can bring these items home, so you'll know exactly what you are supposed to be purchasing for that dress, because you don't want to over purchase. You don't want to buy too much fabric. Sometimes I'll buy extra fabric if I know I like it and I know I'm going to make some quilt squares out of it. I'll buy an extra half yard of it and pre-cut some 5-inch squares for future quilts. So they're all stacked up in my sewing bin, and I'm ready to make a quilt when someone has a baby, and I'm ready to go for a puff quilt, whatever. So just some hints and suggestions here about how to get started in sewing. Okay, you've got this. You've got this. We're going to be right back and with our next video, and it's just going to be how to read the notions section here. Okay, how to read the amount of fabric that you need. Okay, so pick an easy project for your first project. Make it easy. Pick, say you got twin girls. Pick a set of dresses you're going to make for them. Remember the Patriot, the movie The Patriot? Aim small, miss small. That's the same way in sewing as well. Start small, aim small, miss small. Come out with a really great product, feel proud of yourself, and you'll gain the confidence you need to go on to harder projects. I would rate this project a beginner project. I really would. You've got this. You've got this, okay? We'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the notions. So let's pick a dress here that we're going to make first. Let's make this really simple one first. I know this is so cute, but we're going to make this really simple dress first. It's pattern number 1449, double A. It's a simplicity, and it's a number 6, which is made easy. 6 made easy, and we're going to come up close here, and we're going to discuss all of the stuff on the back of the pattern. It looks really difficult, but it's not. It's not at all. But I do suggest, if you need them, bring your reading glasses. All right, we'll be right back. Oh, be sure and subscribe down below. We have a lot going on here on our little homestead. We have a lot of updates for you as well.